Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Thursday, June 13th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. Help support the show. Get your Fade to Black T-shirts. The links are below. 2 ways to get them. 2 shirts. Links are below. I'm Jimmy Church, and we've had a great anniversary week here on Fade to Black because Monday was our 2000th show. Tuesday, we had Darcy Weir. Last night, Leela Hutchison was here. Just an absolutely amazing conversation last night. Tonight, Paul Seaburn is back with us. Yeah, he's got a new book out. It's called What Would You Say to a Naked Space Alien? And we'll be talking about that and much more tonight with Paul. I'll see you there. I do have 5 major events coming up in 2024. The next one is DisclosureFest, Stairway, Stairway to the Stars at Castaic Lake right here in Southern California. The links for that at DisclosureFest.org below. And then coming up immediately after that, the 2024 Conscious Awards in Miami, Florida. ForbiddenKnowledge.com. The links are below. Let's get straight to it. Got a busy day today here on the news. On this day in history, 1983, after more than a decade in space, Pioneer 10, the world's first outer planetary probe, leaves the outer limits of the known solar system by crossing the orbit of Neptune. Back then, it was the system's farthest planet. The next day, it radioed back its first scientific data on interstellar space. Wow. On this day in 1983. Here's your fader fact. I didn't know this. Glass sponges can live for 15,000 years. This makes them the longest living organism on Earth. And that is your fader fact. It's debated. I'm going with it. Let's go. Here's the breaking news. May 2024 was the warmest May on the books, marking a full year of record high monthly temperatures, NASA scientists just announced. Average global temperatures for the past 12 months hit record highs for each respective month, an unprecedented streak, by the way, according to scientists from NASA's Goddard Institute for Space Studies in New York. USC scientists have proven that the Earth's inner core, now check this out, is backtracking. It's slowing down in relation to the planet's surface, as shown in new research published yesterday in the journal Nature. Movement of the inner core has been debated by the scientific community for 2 decades, with some research indicating that the inner core rotates faster than the planet's surface. What's going on? Well, the new USC study provides solid evidence that the inner core began to decrease its speed around 2010, moving slower than the Earth's surface. The implication of this change in the inner core's movement for the Earth's surface can only be speculated. Nobody really knows, but we just did have the hottest year in history. Connected? I don't know. The giant Magellan Telescope's massive enclosure that's going to wrap around this thing has been green-lit for construction in Chile. The 65-meter-tall, 5,000-ton structure will shield what will become the world's most powerful ground-based telescope from the brutal climate and geological conditions of the Atacama Desert in Chile. That's right, an earthquake-proof shield for the world's best telescope has been cleared to proceed. This is amazing. The spacewalk scheduled for 2 NASA astronauts has been postponed. It was scheduled for today. International Space Station Expedition 71 crew members Tracy Dyson and Matt Dominic will not be performing an EVA that had been scheduled to begin this morning. The pair had already begun donning their spacesuits when NASA announced the EVA's postponement. The call was made due to a spacesuit discomfort issue, but did not indicate which astronaut had experienced the problem. And if that's not crazy enough, yesterday, A NASA live stream falsely indicated that an ISS astronaut was experiencing decompression sickness, a potentially life-threatening condition, ahead of his scheduled spacewalk. The NASA broadcast went on, and an emergency situation on board the ISS on Wednesday at 6:32 p.m. with a voice from ground control asking to put an unnamed commander in his spacesuit for a hypobaric treatment after being exposed to increased pressure. About an hour later, this was during the live stream, everyone. About an hour later, the space agency clarified that there was no emergency situation on the ISS. Instead, the aired audio was from a simulation channel on the ground, indicating a crew member was experiencing effects related to decompression sickness. That's right. NASA's answer was, oops. Yeah, it freaked out a lot of people listening on the live stream. I was watching the comments. And finally, I'll leave you with this. A painting of Mary cradling the baby Jesus was just reunited with Order Lord Bath after being stolen, has been put up for auction, and could fetch over $30 million. The 16th century artwork, it's called Rest on the Flight into Egypt by Venetian painter Titian, is being sold at auction right now by Christie's in London. The picture, which also shows Joseph, by the way, looking at the mother and son, is only 2 feet wide, and it's painted on a wooden panel. Now, it has an amazing history and has had many owners over the years, including Austrian Emperor Joseph II, before being hung at the Belvedere Palace in Vienna. Then, French troops looted the painting in 1809 for the Napoleon Museum. The painting was then owned by Hugh Andrew Johnstone Monroe before being bought in 1878 by the 4th Marquis of Bath at Christie's auction. In 1995, it was stolen from the Bath's family Wiltshire home. Scotland Yard detective Charles Hill discovered the painting in a plastic carrier bag without the frame in London back in 2002. Now, after all of that, it's up for auction and is probably going to fetch around $31 million. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Thursday, June 13th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. Tonight on the show, Paul Seaburn is back with us. We're going to be talking about his new book. Yeah, it's called What Would You Say to a Naked Space Alien? I've been thinking about that all week. What would you say? Well, tonight we'll find out on Fade to Black. Until then, all I've got is Go Beckley Teppy.